Time to rewind and open your mind. No late fees to annoy you this time. Video store might be no more, but we're digging up movies worth watching them for.
Welcome, everybody, to Video Store Graveyard. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dano.
I'm Tex.
And on today's little episode, we are reviewing a nice little interesting film, Microwave Massacre. Now, this film was actually shot in 1978, but it released in 1983, which was very confusing while watching the film, because there's plenty of like weird musical cues that sound like a 70s movie. When I read that it was in the 80s, that was a little confusing for me. But this film is famous for being Jackie Vernon's last film, which, if you're not familiar who Jackie Vernon is, he played in 1969's Frosty the Snowman. So I don't know if any of you guys want to mention anything, tidbits you've felt about this already?
Well, I don't know if it's really his last film, since
That's what it says.
He made Mafia on the Bounty in 1980.
I suppose that's true. Okay, a technically released film, theatrically.
that definitely sounds right.
Yeah, because this didn't come out till 83, even though it was shot in 78 or 79.
So technically speaking, in a weird way, this is not his last film recorded, filmed. It is his last movie to be released, technically.
Did you already mention who Jackie Vernon was famous for?
Yes, Mr. Frosty the Snowman. Yes,
and
sir.
It's good that this isn't what he was remembered for last.
Absolutely not.
I'll go ahead and give a few notes or thoughts on this. First off, this was a shot with the intention of making a dark comedy or black comedy horror film.
Awesome.
With the name like Microwave Massacre, I'd expect nothing less. The cover art was pretty intriguing. I was trying to figure out how would you kill someone with a microwave, and that's not really exactly what goes on here. The title, once again, as you said, Andrew, is slightly misleading, as is a lot of this movie. It is pretty. There are parts of this that are funny, but we follow the construction worker Donald as he goes about his daily life. His wife May makes him crap he doesn't want to eat. And all he wants to do is eat bologna and cheese sandwiches like his buddies, and he ends up having a whole crab between two pieces of bread and various other problems. Anyway, he gets in an argument after being drunk one night and accidentally kills his wife with a pepper grinder.
I don't know if it was accidental, but
all right, it's pretty intentional. It's pretty intentional. You're correct. He feels bad about it a second, but then eventually this turns into a cannibalism movie about him trying to get rid of. He accidentally eats some of his wife's body that he had cut up and put in the freezer, and found her in the microwave. How she got in the microwave, who knows? This microwave is huge, by the way, as some of them were around this time. Anyway, that's about all the plot points I'm going to get into. I want to hear what y'all think, and then I'm.
Do you want to go text before I have anything to say, or?
Yeah.
No, why don't you go ahead, Andrew?
Okay, so I want to get into the negatives already. You know what? Never mind. I want to go the other way around. I'm sorry. I want to go into what I liked about this movie. I will say, one of the things I liked about it was Jackie Vernon's comedic timing was somewhat good in the first quarter of the film. He did say a couple things that would make me laugh, and he had me actually like giggling, not like full out belly laughing or anything, but there were some things that he said where I was like, you know what, that was kind of funny, and that actually made me laugh. As far as the second and the third half of the film, not really particularly. That's where I think the writing dipped a lot. I don't really think he was very good then, but the first half was pretty good as far as him. Some of the music was okay. Some of the camera work was okay. There's not much positive I can really bring up because honestly, this movie kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. It's really terribly, made. The effects are awful. The acting is pornographic level bad, except not even that bad because I've seen pornography that's better acting than this, if I'm being honest.
Me too.
And not even nudity can save this film, unfortunately. There's a lot of that too in this film, and it's kind of pointless nudity that they use for hey, look at this, we have nudity. Not in like a, aesthetic, like, positivity way. It's, hey, we just got boobs in the view of the shot. Isn't that cool? Doesn't that make this movie cool? Huh? 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 Huh?
That's just silly.
Well, this whole
Okay.
movie is silly.
Um, the only real thing that I truly, truly appreciated in this movie was when, um, what was his name? Jackie Vernon?
Yes.
When he kills his wife and the camera pans to the little doggy who's freaking out, and by freak out I mean like he's he has two legs going one way and two legs going the other, freaking out. He doesn't know what to do and how to move, and so he's just shuffling along, shaking. And that was my favorite part of the movie. I thought
Okay,
that
you know
was.
what? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the doggy. The doggy was kind of cute too. I'm not
I
gonna
was in
lie.
the
Although,
middle. I was in the middle of mentioning it. No, yeah, the dog was the best part of the movie. So if anyone wants to fast forward to the little doggy scene, I would suggest that that's your best bet because this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It is just terrible. I was thinking, I like to try and find some positive in everything. And, there's some movies that I'll compliment the technical aspects, or, the directing is not too bad, or something. But you know what? Not this movie. No, this movie can go straight back to the graveyard, as
oh my
deep as it
god.
can go. As deep as it can go. The acting was terrible. Jackie Vernon was. Uh, I'm just gonna not go. I'm not gonna make fun of Jackie Vernon.
You know what? I will, because he sounds like Eugene Levy throughout this whole movie, and not the good Eugene Levy that's funny in American Pie. It's the, hi guys, I barely got paid anything. I'm just gonna put minimal effort in.
Yeah. So, okay, so all the acting, the dialogue, the music sucked.
Oh god,
The
terrible.
microwave sucked. The ending sucked with his
And the
wife's head's
pacemaker.
eyes lit up. It's like, why are they lighting up? Like, that makes no sense at all in the narrative. Um,
I think they were implying that the wife was I don't know. He was stupid. I don't understand what they were trying to say, but my theory is that they were trying to say that the wife was fucking with him the whole time and that she was secretly alive or something. I don't know. Some
and by
bullshit.
that point, honestly, I didn't give a crap what they were trying to say because I didn't care. It was almost 2 hours long. It took me 3 days to get through it because I was so bored out of my mind I had to. Like, I've already watched a big chunk of this. I felt like I was wasting my time. This movie was a huge waste of time. Four horns down.
Damn. Well, I don't disagree with you, but I want to get a little bit more into it before I get my rating. I will. Okay, I'm gonna say what I didn't like about this movie. Every fucking thing. Besides Jackie Vernon's somewhat funny jokes in the first half, didn't like anything. Let me get into first the music. First of all, it was a little confusing reading the time saying it was 1980, and now that I understand that the movie was shot in the 70s, the music makes a little bit more sense, but barely, if anything, it makes any sense. Unfortunately, the music is incorrectly timed. There's moments that are supposed to be terrifying and dramatic, and all of a sudden the music is all chipper and happy for some fucking reason. I don't know who the fuck decided that, because out of nowhere it'll be like, oh, he's about to kill a girl. For some reason there's strings going on and it sounds all happy, and I don't understand what they were trying to convey with that. Uh, Let me get into the acting, because the acting is terrible. Not only from the females that are treated as not just humans, but more as if they're a piece of action. And hey, isn't it cool that they're naked? Huh? 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 Yeah, isn't that cool? Man, fuck this movie though. It's terrible. I'm sorry for riffing. Dano or Tex, do you want to say anything?
Okay.
Four horns down.
I will say, it is not I try my best, and Texas is the same way. Trying to seek out the positive. I try really hard not to take a dump all over a movie. Um, and this is normally with a title like Microwave Massacre, and the fact that it's a B movie, but has a couple of, it has a name, a comedian in it, and it's a dark comedy. It's the kind of movie I would expect to enjoy more based upon the title, because I like a lot of crap. I like a lot of B movies. I like some of the worst, what some people consider the worst movies ever made. That's some of my favorites sometimes, as far as, because there's a special joy in watching a really bad movie sometimes. This movie is joyless. It is unsatisfactory. It is inadequate. It's atrocious. It's disgraceful. It's abysmal. It's lamentable.
Damn.
It's rotten. It's the pits. It's a chicken shit. It's
Amen, brother.
it in the words of to paraphrase Aleister Crowley and a quote from the line in House of a Thousand Corpses, bury it in a nameless grave.
Damn.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank
it's
you for
best
saying what
forgotten.
I wanted to say, Daniel.
Best forgotten, Four Horns Down.
I give this movie a hard raging 4 horns down. I'll say it's pointless. It is atrocious. The directing is terrible. The music is off-putting and despicable. The freaking frames are awful. The first frame of the movie has reused shots that are just literally, I'm not kidding you. Watch the first 15 minutes of this movie with the girl. It's literally the same cars. I checked it. It's the same cars in the shot. They literally reused footage and left it in the movie. If they don't give a fucking shit about this movie, I don't give a fucking shit about this movie. 4 horns down.
And for those of you who missed my Four Horns Down, I'll reiterate: Four Horns Down. And also, I think Daniel and Andrew, the detail that they went into on why this movie is such crap, I concur. I second. Motion carried. All Four Horns Down.
Go ahead. I was just going to tell you, Andrew, that I was even telling him the other night when I was briefly talking about this, that up until now, for at least almost 10, however many years since Uwe Boll's House of the Dead movie came out, it had
We could have
been
a conversation about that for
the
forever.
worst movie I had ever seen, and 2 hours of my life wasted. I would rather watch it 5 times in a row than have to sit through this again.
I was gonna get into that, Daniel, last night when we were talking about Uwe Boll, because I honestly think Postal is more terrible movie than that movie. And you know what? I would rather have my eyes manipulated to never close to watch that movie again than watch this piece of fucking garbage that's on Amazon Prime. On Amazon Prime. Amazon pays to have the licensing for this. Why?
I restrained myself from putting myself at risk for possible torture of a physical nature. I would not want anything bad to happen to my eyes or go blind. I might sit through a Nickelback concert before I'd watch this movie again. But if that gives you any indication of my loathing, it should be clear if it wasn't for. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. And wow, it's tough, man. Tough break, Microwave Massacre. You just got shit all over by Video Store Graveyard.
I just want to add that if this movie had come out now, that I would start a GoFundMe page for the dog to raise money to take that dog away from its owner for letting it be in this movie.
You know what? I have to ask, did the dog get murdered or something? Because I feel like the dog was there and then the dog was gone. So
he decided to leave because he knew how bad a movie it was.
Yeah, this dog
there's not even continuity in this movie, because I swear the dog, I checked, the dog was there for a scene and then just gone. The continuity is not even there. There's no continuity in this movie, period. Like, nothing makes any fucking sense.
I think there's continuity. There's
not very
crap
good
coming
continuity.
out, and then more crap, and then more crap. So, that's continuity. The more crap keeps coming out.
I mean, in that sense, yeah, but as far as plot points, no.
Okay, well, let's throw
Well,
that tape back in the pit then.
well, I guess
It's
this
not
is
even
why-
worth the dirt that would bury it. It's like the dirt doesn't deserve to be like around this. It should be burned and forgotten.
So yeah, I take it we're not recommending it then.
No, Dano, I think we're gonna watch it again tonight. What do you think?
I know. Yeah, that was fun trying to watch it together. I mean, I'll blame part of it on alcohol, but I know that one of the reasons it was cut short was because I started snoring into the headset. So I didn't make it through that time. I'm same as you, Tex. I had to power through. Like it took 3 days nearly to watch this.
Really? Really? Because the second day that I sat down and watched it again, the rest of it, I got through the last 15 minutes. I was fine.
It was excruciating to watch this movie. Really, it was painful.
Yeah,
I will say the plots in the third act are awful. Not the plots. The jokes in the third act are awful. Like, oh, the finger looking good places down the street. I'm like, really? How like unsubtle can you be about that? Are you fucking kidding me? That was offensive, if you ask me. That joke. I didn't even find it funny.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. So yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone. I don't think any of us do. Even if you think you like bad movies, this is
No.
not one of those to
This
This
watch.
is not one of the good ones.
Yeah,
And
watch
and
Manos,
this-
The Hands of Fate, or whatever, and which is also terrible, but at least it's worth a snicker. Watch it with
Yeah.
Mystery
Oh, you
Science
know what?
Theater 3000 guys, and you'll be even better off.
And you know
Instead of
what?
watch-
The Dark, The Dark isn't the best movie ever, but it's way better than this.
the dark. They at least put effort into it.
Yep. Mhm.
There's actors actually trying
Yep.
best that they have. The camera work, maybe it's not the best lighting, but at least they put an effort in to make an atmosphere.
Yeah.
This movie didn't put any atmospheric effort whatsoever. They
They
just
put
had
this.
some money.
No, I disagree with that. They put a sexual atmosphere on this one.
Okay, well,
It was very porn.
subjective,
It
I
was very porn
suppose.
sexual related.
That's subjective, I suppose. I didn't agree with it, but that's whatever. I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me I'm wrong in the comments.
Well, we welcome your comments. If you're a big fan of Microwave Massacre and you want to explain to us why it's a good movie, by all means, please comment in the thread below.
Okay, now we're on to a new segment where Andrew apologizes for making everybody watch this. All right, Tex.
You didn't know.
Tex, I'm so sorry, brother. I appreciate your friendship. I'm so sorry I had to make you watch a shitty movie. Dan O'Dunham, I'm so sorry that you had to watch this terrible, ungrateful movie. I am so not worthy of you anymore. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Daniel,
Well, all
do you-
right.
Do you forgive Andrew?
No.
I,
No,
I
yes,
do
sir.
with Dan O.
Sure, you're fine. Don't worry.
Not me.
Damn it, Tex. Damn. Okay.
I'm not going to fall into this trap of setting a precedent for apologizing for watching bad movies, because otherwise
Nah.
we're all going to be in for a long road.
I'm
So-
never apologizing.
Oh, it's just part of a bit. I'm not really apologizing. I've never sorry. For
I know
anything.
you were just messing around.
So, well, anyway, you got any other interesting stuff? Or, well, let's put it in, not any other interesting. Do we have anything interesting to talk about now?
Well,
I
I mean, the
I had
Falcon
fun
trailer got
watching-
released.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, you go first.
I had fun watching the Super Bowl. It was actually a decent game. Not a blowout. Not too boring. Chiefs came back. I was going for the Niners, but Chiefs came back in the last 7 minutes and surprised everyone, and they earned it. They fought for it. They wanted it more, and they ended up winning. And the halftime show, Jennifer Lopez pole dance was very interesting, and
Very controversial, apparently.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez twerking next to each other was interesting, and
I thought it was beautiful. If you
all
ask me.
the huge choreographed twerking with all the women at the same time was interesting, and yeah,
How I love how Texas is being neutral about this.
I was quite.
Interesting.
I'm trying not to be a cad, and I'm also trying not to underscore it because it was very interesting.
It was a
Yeah,
lot better than last year's, if you're asking me, because
I agree.
I felt like last year's was a mess of, hey, let's have all these random artists come out and have Maroon 5 come out. And don't get me wrong, I love Big Boy from Outkast and everything, but that felt so out of place when he showed up on the stage. That was a little random. And here it was more like they knew what they were going for. They had all these like Latin and all these hip hop artists come out, and it was pretty cool. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a good performance, actually.
I enjoyed Shakira. J-Lo was okay. Shakira could have carried the whole show by herself as far as halftime goes. Of course, I was rooting for the Chiefs, Tech Nine, and Kansas City. I was happy with that turnout. Not normally a big fan of Super Bowl, but I do try to watch it for the ads. And as far as I'm concerned, the crowning moment of the Super Bowl and the commercials was Bryan Cranston in the Mountain Dew
Yes.
Shining commercial.
Although I do want to shout out two other commercials that I thought were very funny. I thought that one was the best, but I thought the Post Malone Bud Light commercial was pretty funny.
That
I
was
like
pretty
that
funny.
idea. I also thought the Little Nas X and what's his name?
Sam Elliott.
Yes, Sam Elliott. I thought that it was pretty funny for Doritos. That was actually pretty good. The other ones I didn't really care for. The Rick and Morty one was okay. I kind of got what they were going for, but I didn't really love it. So
My favorite was the Alexa commercial that started off with Ellen DeGeneres asking what would the world be like without Alexa, and then they just went on and on and on with these situations of what Alexa. I thought that was the most hilarious commercial. Really, I was on the floor laughing. I thought it was awesome. And then the Bud the Bud Light / Bud Spritzer commercial, I think.
oh yes, that's the Post Malone one. Yes,
I actually
correct.
thought that was a funny as a man that the man brain fighting, and then this guy just kind of trashing the store because his brain's just disagreeing with it. I just thought that was really hilarious as well.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, well, if nothing else to go, well, what do you guys think? I guess Andrew, whenever you're ready, you can take us out of here, unless y'all got
Well,
anything else to chat about.
I have like one more thing. Have you guys seen the Falcon trailer that came out during the Super Bowl as well?
Ooh, the super! Oh, thank you for reminding me. The Super Bowl teasers for the Winter Soldier and the Falcon,
Oh yeah,
WandaVision, and Loki. For all the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Oh wow, I forgot about that. Good call, Andrew. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That was freaking awesome. Can't wait.
No, I can't wait because I'm already been subscribed to Disney and I've been, a Disney whore right now with all the stuff that they have going on. And quite frankly, I thought the trailers were pretty good and I'm already hyped, I'm already down for whatever they're gonna put out. But I don't know how Dano is over here. He
oh
doesn't
no,
want
I'm
to talk
excited.
about.
No, no,
Oh, okay, never mind.
that was sweet, man. No, I've liked everything Disney Plus has done so far, and I've mainly liked watching the old classics like The Black Hole and Blackbeard's Ghost, and a few other ones that some of the old
Uh,
Kurt Russell
Speaking of
ones.
Hole, I'm ready for Holes to come out. I'm really tired of waiting for that one to come out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they've got a release schedule, but yeah, that was really exciting teaser for all the stuff coming to Disney Plus, Marvel related and otherwise. So yeah, that's some stuff to look forward to, and I don't think we'll be in want for entertainment. In fact, there's too many shows, but we all know one you
There's
don't
too
have to
many
worry about.
shows.
I want to throw out a theory about the Marvel. Now that I got a glimpse of WandaVision in particular, because I've had some
Mm.
theories, because this WandaVision is going to lead up, its story is supposed to lead up to Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange is titled The Madness or the Nightmare of the Multiverse or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
WandaVision's supposed to lead up to it. And based off what I saw, um, which my theory is that Wanda's Scarlet Witch is this show's going to be about her kind of losing her mind because
Right.
that's what happens during the comic books when something bad happened between her and Vision. she kind of lost it, and her powers kind of did some really bad things. And I'm calling it now. We won't know for years. We're calling it right now. I believe that it will be through Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and her craziness slash with her powers. She's going to be the reason why the X-Men come into the Marvel Universe. The X-Men will come into the Marvel Universe as they are slated to do down the road, because Marvel owns them again now since they acquired 20th Century Fox. The X-Men are going to come into the story via the narrative of it's going to be because of something that the Scarlet Witch does, or her powers, or or it's going to be revolved around her. That's my theory, and I'm calling it now. We'll see what happens.
Sweet.
So, did Andrew already leave?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm very much still here, sire. Wow, you read way deeper into that than I thought that would think about that.
I know the comic books a lot about it, so I'm just kind of basing it off what possible, because they have to figure out a way how to put the X-Men in the story, whereas they hadn't been there before in that world. So with between Doctor Strange's next movie title and WandaVision leading up to it, I feel like the multiverse aspect is going to be the main way that the X-Men come into the Marvel universe, the Marvel movies.
Right. You're right.
Oh, we'll see.
That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, if that's true, that's awesome, man. I'm more of a casual Marvel fan where I've read a couple comics. I don't read like a bunch of X-Men and stuff like that, so I'm not quite as into the comics as you guys are, to be honest with you. But that sounds like a really good theory, though. That what you're saying. We do also have to keep in mind, and I'm sure this is not super relevant, the director has been changed for Doctor Strange, so we don't know what they're planning now. They've already switched directors, actually.
Well,
I don't know if that makes a huge difference. We'll see what happens. Because the director went on Twitter immediately and said it was creative differences, so that makes me concerned what it's going to be then. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But the trailer looks pretty interesting with the sitcom aspect of, that whole thing. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's in the comics or not. What their mind going crazy or not.
With who? What?
With Scarlet Witch, I don't know if that's in the comics or not. Like her, going through different like sitcoms and stuff like that. I don't know if that's in the comics or not.
Well, what happens in the comic book is she basically creates her own reality. She at first we all thought in the comic book story that she and Vision had children, but it turns out that she just imagined them, but it wasn't. Since it's her, she actually brought them to life with her powers, but they didn't actually exist, and it was because she was she was being disconnected from reality, and in fact Doctor Strange had to jump in and help her. But she imagined some things that weren't real and created a different reality, hence her destructiveness when it all came to a head in the comic books.
Yeah, and she was manipulated by Magneto into creating House of M, which at the end of that comic book run, once she found out how she'd been manipulated, she infamously stated, "No more mutants." And half of the mutant population in the entire Marvel universe, gone.
Which is why I think they're going to do the exact opposite, and she's going to be like, more mutants or bring mutants or something to kind of play off of that, since the movies do the best they can.
I see what you're saying, but more mutants, really? If that's it, Tex, I'm gonna be so disappointed in you for predicting that line. It's like, more mutants.
Mutants.
Where the hell did that come from? Oh man, it's gonna be cool. I mean, I hope your theory's right. It'll be interesting because I've been wondering how they're gonna get them over here, and also, of course, the the other Spider-Verse characters that the villains like Morbius. I'm hoping at some point we get ourselves a Midnight Suns run, but but we'll see. That's a ways away.
But Andrew, you got anything more to add or?
Well, not really. Although I'm gonna go see Bad Boys 3 tomorrow. I really enjoy that movie. Third time I'm gonna go see it. Go see that fucking movie. It's great. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, you want to take us home, Andrew?
All right. Well, folks, hope you've enjoyed the show today. We had a fun time reviewing a shitty-ass movie, even though it wasn't very long of a review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all of our criticisms and critiques of it. Please know my apology during the review was satirical and not an actual apology. But if you like this video, like the video. If you want to watch more videos of ours, subscribe for future notifications. Notice that you got to click the bell icon to get more notifications because, not going to lie, YouTube is a little weird, but go ahead and do that as well. And if you want to shout out at any point, go ahead and subscribe to us on Patreon. We will be starting to link Patreon in every video that we have from now on. Anybody else have anything else to say before I take us out?
Nope.
Thank you.
As always, as PBS said, thank you for your support. See y'all later, folks.
Time to rewind and open your mind. No late fees to annoy you this time. Video store might be no more, but we're digging up movies worth watching them for. Time to power up the VCR. Headed to the graveyard of films near and far. Watching the strangeness we find on the way. Three crazy friendos with plenty to say. Come on our journey if you're so inclined. Leave sanity, hope, and good taste behind. Life isn't easy, but whatever is. Video store graveyard is open for biz. Time to rewind and open your mind. No late fees to annoy you this time. Video store might be no more, but we're digging up movies worth watching them for. Time to rewind and open your mind. No late fees to annoy you this time. Video store might be no more, but we're digging up movies worth watching them for.